If you've ever noticed that you feel unusually drained after a simple pickup or drop-off, even when nothing dramatic happened, there is a reason for that. It's not just the schedule, it's not just the logistics, and it's not because you're overreacting. Most parents assume it's the interaction itself that's exhausting them, but there is a pattern behind this feeling that often goes unnoticed. The moment itself is short. The emotional impact is not. And understanding why can change how you experience these transitions entirely. Pickups and drop-offs seem simple on the surface. You arrive, the child transitions, a few words may be exchanged, and then you leave. But for many parents, these moments carry tension that builds quietly over time. There may be uncertainty about how the interaction will go. There may be past experiences influencing how you anticipate the moment. Even small things like tone, timing, or body language can create internal reactions that are not always visible on the outside. So even when the exchange is calm, your system may still be preparing for something more difficult. That preparation alone can be draining. This is where most parents misunderstand what is happening. The real issue is not the pickup or drop-off itself. It is the anticipation, the interpretation, and the emotional load carried into the moment. Your mind is not just responding to what is happening. It is also responding to what might happen. If past exchanges have been tense, your system learns to stay alert. It scans for signals, tries to read meaning into small details, and prepares for potential conflict, even if it never comes. Over time, this creates a pattern where your body is working harder than the situation actually requires. That is why you can leave a calm exchange feeling exhausted. You may have experienced this yourself. The interaction was short. There was no argument. But afterward, you feel mentally and emotionally drained, almost like you've just gone through something much bigger. This is where the situation becomes counterintuitive. Most people think reducing tension means controlling the other person's behavior. But what actually reduces the drain is changing how you structure and approach the moment. When there is no clear structure, your mind fills the space with interpretation. It asks questions like, what did that tone mean? Or, was that intentional? Or, is something about to change? Those questions increase mental load. And that load is what you feel afterward. Structure reduces that load. This does not mean controlling the entire situation. It means creating simple, consistent patterns that reduce how much your mind has to figure out in real time. For example, keeping exchanges brief and predictable reduces the number of variables your mind has to process. A simple, consistent routine, same location, same timing, minimal conversation, creates a sense of stability. Another shift is focusing only on what is directly relevant in the moment, not tone, not assumptions, not what might be implied, just what is actually happening. This reduces interpretation, which in turn reduces emotional strain. Let's look at a simple scenario. You arrive for pickup. The other parent seems short in their response. Without structure, your mind may start asking, are they upset? Did I do something wrong? Is this going to turn into something later? That internal questioning continues even after you leave. With structure, the focus shifts. The exchange is completed. The child is settled. The interaction ends there. No extended analysis. No added meaning. Another example. A drop-off runs a few minutes late. Without structure, that delay may trigger frustration or concern about what it represents. With structure, the focus stays on the practical outcome. The child transitions safely. The schedule adjusts. The moment is contained. Over time, these small shifts create a larger change. Your system learns that these moments do not require the same level of alertness. The mental load decreases. The emotional recovery after each exchange becomes faster. This does not happen instantly. It builds gradually through consistency. The key principle here is simple. The less interpretation you carry into these moments, the less they take from you afterward. And this matters because pickups and drop-offs are not isolated events. They are repeated experiences. Small amounts of stress, repeated consistently, can accumulate into significant emotional fatigue over time. Reducing that load is not about changing the other person. It is about creating a steadier internal and external structure that limits how much each interaction impacts you. When you begin to approach these moments with less anticipation and more clarity, something shifts. They become shorter, simpler, and less emotionally expensive. You may still feel something after. That is normal, but it no longer lingers in the same way. Steady parenting is not about eliminating difficulty. It is about reducing the unnecessary weight around the moments you cannot avoid. If you've been feeling drained after these exchanges, it may not be the situation itself. It may be everything your mind has been carrying into it. Have you noticed this happening in your own experience?